Welcome back to the Salisbury Christmas video series. I'm Rob Sproul. Today we're talking about poinsettias. We're talking about how to dress up your poinsettias. A lot of people say to me, poinsettias are wonderful, they're great, they're colorful, but they're a little bit boring sometimes. So can you make them a little more exciting? Well, yes we can. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And Lynn, our expert florist, is here to show us exactly how to dress up this poinsettia. It's not very difficult. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it step by step. First of all, of course, you start with the beautiful poinsettia from Salisbury. They look great. You get a nice healthy one. And as we talked about before, where the cyathea in the middle aren't open, then you get some fresh greens. And fresh greens are wonderful. Lynn is using red cedar right now. And you just kind of lace it through the leaves, careful not to break any stems. And you just put the fresh greens into the soil there. And you just put the branches down into the soil like flowers in oasis if you're doing a flower arrangement. And that way the fresh greens are going to get moisture from the soil as you water the poinsettia as well, and they're going to stay fresh longer. So, and the fresh greens also going to add a little bit of scent to your poinsettia. So they're going to add that, they're going to really bring that nice cedar scent into the home, which is getting very popular. It's one of the big reasons that fresh greens are becoming so popular. As you can see, Lynn has added some cedar to the middle to add some vertical accent. This makes the poinsettia a little taller as well. She'll add more vertical accents in a little while. And now she's adding some to the side. And this not only drapes over a bit, provides a little bit of trailing appeal, but it also gives more body and oomph to the poinsettia. So now she's got some pine. The difference in greens, the difference in the fresh greens you can get, there's literally dozens of different kinds of fresh greens you can get, as we talked about. The difference in fresh greens that you can get is really about texture and about smell. So as you can see here, the pine has a very different texture than the cedar, these long needles. So the cedar is Lynn's basic ingredient, and really all you need is a branch or two. So now what Lynn's doing, so if you buy a whole bough of cedar, they're $8.50 here, and 5 or more, they're $7.50. You can save a good chunk on that if you have a grow card. And if you buy a whole bough of cedar, it'll cover quite a few of these poinsettias here because it's a big bunch. So she's put some ting ting in here for a little jazz, a little kind of spice it up a little bit. And really, you can do this much, or you can keep going. And so what Lynn's going to do now is she has some cellophane. This is pretty important because a poinsettia, like any other plant, needs drainage. But when you water it, it can leak out onto the table. And especially if you're using it for a table center, you probably don't want water leaking all over the Christmas turkey. So Lynn has some cellophane here, and she's just stapling this to the sides of the pot. As you can see there, really easy. This is going to prevent the water, when you water it, from leaking all over the table. And now she has some cinnamon. And cinnamon is a really neat thing. I have some right here on this poinsettia. And you can see here what it does. Cinnamon is wonderful. It's so versatile. It's just a mesh, basically. But it comes in a huge variety of colors, so you can choose your color, all different sizes and widths. And basically, she just clumps it together. As you can see here, she just clumps it together, folds it over. The great part about cinnamon is that no matter which way you fold it, it looks like a bow or a ribbon has been tied to it. Oh, she's going to get another piece here. And you see how great that poinsettia looks already? And it would be very easy to do a poinsettia like this if you're going to a family event or a Christmas event. A party to show up with this would create a lot bigger bang than just a regular poinsettia or a bottle of wine. So she's almost done here. She's got the cedar going on. And now some ilex, some winterberry. I love this stuff. This is great stuff. And basically the same deal, just put ilex in there. You can do whatever you want in here. This is really where the creativity comes in, because you can do, she's putting ilex in, you can put ilex, you can put Gerber daisies, you can put roses, you can put anything you want. You can put, we have painted sage, and there's your finished dressed up poinsettia. We call it dressed up poinsettia because it looks like it's dressed up, it's ready to go to a Christmas party. And that's a little bit of do-it-yourself Christmas tips from Salisbury Greenhouse.